It's not like you're gonna say like.
It's a lot of likes. More likes than a Facebook post.
Applause break that's pre-recorded.
I almost did that with the last podcast. I was gonna do like laughs and breaks, but not only was it tedious, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, but it would be funny once.
All right, so welcome to the Pizza and Hummus podcast. I'm Vince with the talented Richie.
Hey.
So one thing that we do with that maybe the viewers don't know is we come together once a month, and you think with a month we'd have a ton of fully prepared things. We literally just text each other and just say one word topics. We'll just be like pizza,
yes,
sharks, growing up with a dad. So Richie, we've talked about movies, we've talked about television, internet, all this stuff. We haven't talked about music.
No.
We did a little bit, but not really.
No.
We haven't talked about music.
Okay. Oh, Hootie and the Blowfish, new album.
It's just Hootie.
I'd like to see Hootie branch off again, and instead he forms another band, different people, and it's called Hootie and the Bluefish. And the Blowfish get pissed.
Yeah.
It's like, what? That is
two letters.
Two letters, you bastard, Hootie.
Is it plural? There's multiple bluefish, or is it just
the Blowfish?
The Blowfish.
The Blowfish. Is it Hootie and the... Who are you? Hootie? Hootie?
Hoot from Pokemon?
Yeah.
Gotta go at nighttime? So, I want you to start thinking about, because like I said, this topic, I just wrote down music. That's it.
Cookies.
I just wrote music.
Yeah.
When did you first really start actually paying attention to music? When, what were you listening to?
I got it. I'm already in.
Just getting it. So, you in the nostalgia train? Let's do this.
Here we go. I think when I first started noticing that music exists, or it's something that I enjoy, was probably when I burnt my first CD, Nostalgia.
Oh, yes.
We should get a bell. Every time something nostalgic is said, we ring the bell. Anyway.
Kids that are living, like, the 2000s and stuff, they'd be like, burn
a CD.
Like, fire? Like, did you get in trouble?
Like cavemen? No. Burn a CD.
Burn a CD.
And I had...
Neuroburn? Was it with Neuroburn?
I don't know.
Oh, I used to have Neuroburn. With LimeWire and Napster.
I had LimeWire and Napster. Kazaa.
Was it Kazaa before LimeWire?
Yeah. LimeWire was the most recent. It was Napster, Kazaa, then LimeWire.
Yeah.
Now it's super illegal.
Yeah.
All right.
They were still in the courts. They were still trying to figure out. The drummer from Metallica was like deciding.
So I burnt my first CD, and it had the real Slim Shady on it.
Please stand up.
It had Vitamin C, the graduation song, As We Grow Up. It had that song. There might have been a Limp Bizkit song on there, maybe not. I don't remember what else. So that was that. Then I got a Now CD, Now 3. Can you believe it?
Now 3.
I had Now 3.
Aren't they on like 205 right now? Right now?
And then the first CD I ever owned, besides the Pokemon movie soundtrack.
Well, of course.
Well, that's real music. What?
I want to be the very best. No one ever was. The time was long to catch them as my real dress.
All right.
Is my cross.
So, besides that was Blink-182.
I was dressed.
Cross the land. Was it Enema of the State?
Searching.
What? Broken mirror.
Oh, you're right. Okay, sorry. All right. All right. So go on. So what was the power that was inside?
Blink-182, Enema of the State. I think.
Enema of the State. Does it mean enemy of the state?
No, it's what's called Enema because it's gross. So Blink-182.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I think that was the name of the album. That was one of theirs. That was the first CD I ever owned.
Okay.
And additionally, before that, I recorded it with a cassette player into a boombox via the radio.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Ding. Nostalgia.
So, okay, so then I'll ping-pong it.
Ping-pong.
Ping-pong it. So, for me, I'm trying to think. Okay, so the first song I got from Napster. Was it Napster? I think it was Napster.
Probably.
It actually wasn't...
It's Pokemon.
It was actually a music video. It was Gorillaz.
Ooh, okay, good one.
Yeah, Clint
Feel Good
Eastwood.
Inc. Oh,
No.
Clint Eastwood.
No, Feel Good Inc. That was way after. No,
Oh, you're so cool.
no. That was way before. Now, at that time, I don't even know if... Feel Good Inc. was I don't know. Anyways. But anyways, yeah, it was Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that song. I thought that was so cool. And yeah, there's an age that's really interesting. Because there's an age when you're younger where you really don't like music. My dad was a drummer. I grew up with musicians.
Yeah.
And when I was a little kid, I hated drums. I hated just instruments because they were
Really?
just... Yeah, because... And I think it was... I don't know if I was younger, but it was just too loud.
Yeah.
And...
It didn't mean
Oh, hey,
anything.
we're going to play at the show. And it was always a place where there was too much smoke.
Yeah.
And I was a kid, and I just didn't like that smoke.
Yeah.
And there was always, like, when you looked at rock stars, they looked scary.
Yeah.
They had, like, tattoos and
You're
giant
not safe
beards.
people with vests and
Yeah.
sweaters on like your parents.
Which, ironically, the only ones I was like, oh, these guys look cool, was Kiss, because I was like, oh, they look like villains or superheroes from whatever. I'm like,
Marvel.
okay, that's kind of cool. Why don't they all just dress up like that? Like, I didn't
Why
get it.
doesn't everyone wear makeup, childhood
Like,
friends?
you know, and in wrestling, it was always Kane,
Yeah,
Gold
makeup.
Dust, Sting,
Yeah.
like, always people that were dressed. I was like, these are my guys.
Yeah.
Because they looked like cool characters all that.
Right.
But for a long time, I hated music. But then, we started getting into music. Weird Al somehow fell into there.
Oh, I had two Weird Al albums. I'll interrupt. Go on.
Yeah.
Continue.
So you gotta get your Weird Al in there.
Running with Scissors. Continue.
Yeah, so you gotta get that. I mean, all those. So it was like comedy stuff. So it really wasn't. I was into music. I was just like, oh, I'm listening to this because it's funny.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to remember my first CD. The only thing I can come up with on the top of my head is the soundtrack to The Wedding Singer.
So you are a big fan of Love Stinks.
And here's the crappy part. Love Stinks was on that one.
Yeah, of course
But
it
it wasn't the one where Adam Sandler sings.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't on there. And I was literally bummed out because I was like, he swears. It's hilarious.
Oh,
Gold. But it wasn't on there. So I had that. I remember I had that. I don't remember my first CD, but I just remember I was all about Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
I was all about P.O.D.
Yep.
Linkin Park.
How were we not best friends when we didn't know each other? Because that's what I listened to. I listened to P.O.D. Linkin Park. P.O.D. Youth of the Nation.
We are.
Linkin Park. I had their CD. I had two Weird Al CDs. When I remember because there's home videos of it of my first grade or second grade birthday party, and it's in my basement, and it every time it's when my mom or dad filming, and there's a bunch of different clips of it. It's either on a Blink-182 song from that CD, or it's on a Weird Al song. There's There's 12 songs total, and it's either his Spam, Fat, whatever.
You know what's okay? So here's
So
sad.
I'm glad you said Weird Al.
Here's sad. So this is where I get no hipster credit at all. I really didn't start listening to Blink-182 until I was about 7th, 8th grade.
Okay.
I didn't, and it was the first song was "Miss You." That was the first song I heard.
Oh,
And
man,
the reason
you
why
were
I saw
sad.
it, the reason was because I saw it on MTV. They were playing "Miss You," and I was like, "Oh, that sounds kind of cool."
Yeah.
And then I got it, and then there was like, "Oh wait, they have all these other songs." And I can't say I never heard of Blink-182. I heard the songs, but I didn't know it was by them. I didn't know that was a thing, and Travis Barker and all that crap. And then even after that, then I started getting to Sum 41.
Yeah.
And Sum 41, like, once again, like, there was things growing up where they would play those songs, but it wasn't like, oh, who's that band? Oh, I want to know.
I remember when I was in this. It's the same age. I remember during that time with one of those. It was probably Kazaa. I downloaded the only Sum 41 song I had at the time was Fat Lip, and I only had it in a music video form. And I was, keep in mind, we were what, 9, 10.
We were young.
Yeah.
We were really
And in the music video, there's girls just wearing bras.
Yeah.
And my dad, he goes, "What is this?" And he deleted it. And I was like, "No, I love that song." Because I didn't look at it then. I was like, "I love the song."
Yeah.
Fat Lip.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Because you were just in too deep.
I was in too deep.
You're in too
Trying
deep.
to keep.
You try to keep all the bras on your head instead of going under. That's how it works? That's how it works. But then, when I started really getting into music, that was when "Lose Yourself" by Eminem was starting to come in, and it's so weird because I was in 5th grade, and you ever listen to that stuff again? Go back, listen to the Eminem songs you used to listen to, and really look at the lyrics.
They're the worst.
And I'm like, that's why every parent in America was pissed, because we were literally now imagine telling those lyrics to a 5th grader.
Yeah.
Boy
Have you
or girl.
seen 5th graders? They look like fetuses.
They're fetuses. They're so young.
They're tiny
They're
people.
they're so little and so innocent. And then there's just throwing it in about his mom in the closet and popping pills.
I knew
all this
every single word to cleaning out my closet without a flutter.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that was a requirement for puberty.
To get into 4th grade, you had to know cleaning out my closet.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was for us. That was 4th, 5th grade.
I remember rapping it during recess.
Yes.
What am I doing?
I remember rapping "Lose Yourself."
Yeah.
That was a big one. It was how far can you go into the lyrics before you forget. This is great because we were in white suburbs.
Yeah, no big deal.
And we're like, this guy relates to us.
He gets me.
And so, but at the same time, I remember I had such an identity crisis, if you will, because I was just learning to play guitar. Mm-hmm. Because my parents were like, you gotta learn to play an instrument.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not learning drums. As I told you, as a younger, it was too loud. I just didn't like it. It was too loud. No. But I saw the guitarist. I'm like, well, he's kind of in the lead, and he looks cool. They got explosions and stuff around him. I'll play guitar. So I was learning to play guitar, but it's hard because if you're only listening to Eminem, and there's
occasional
power chord in there, your guitar skills are kind of draining because you don't want to learn anything new. You just because you listen to that. So that was a big deal.
You're about to get on the exact timeline that I'm on, but carry on.
Yeah. So we're getting there. So all right. I'm gonna send it back over to you. So now, when did you start playing guitar? How old were you?
7th grade. I had
by then I was already in 2 talent shows.
Oh my gosh. So 7th grade, my friend started playing guitar, and he started listening to, because he's playing guitar, he's like, you should play guitar. I was like, guitar's so cool. So I started playing guitar, and I started taking lessons at Music Makers.
Oh yeah.
So because I'm taking lessons at Music Makers from...
Who was your teacher? Do you remember?
I had a few guys.
Yeah, because I had a couple too, because they kind of circulated. I feel like they were our age.
They were like now? Us.
Yeah. I feel like they had a music major.
Yeah.
And they were just like, I'm going to teach a kid for $15 a week.
I don't even know how much it was. I don't have any conception of money. Yeah. Anyway, so because of that, some of them when I'm not learning the introduction notes and green sleeves, kill myself. He was like, okay, I want you to learn Money by Pink Floyd. And I'm like, what's a Floyd? And so I started to naturally just go on this Kazaa. If there wasn't anything, if Kazaa never exists, I would have no appreciation for classic rock. Sorry, wouldn't have happened. Or really inappropriate remixes of songs that never should happen. But I digress. So now I'm like, this is my music, and it was. I bought every AC/DC shirt that Hot Topic sold. I grew my hair out into fro like Jimi Hendrix. I learned every Guns N' Roses song, Purple Haze.
See, I always thought you were going for the fro. You wanted to be the baby on the front cover of Notorious B.I.G.'s album.
You know what I did?
I feel like that was... I didn't know you were going for Jimi Hendrix fro.
I
thought you were going for hip-hop fro.
No, I completely... I don't know if that's sarcastic or not. I completely stopped listening to rap completely. I said, rap is crap.
Rap is crap.
Rap is crap. That rhymes, and it's true. AC/DC's the best.
The music's like candy. Throw away the rappers. I'm going to say
it. The rappers. Boom. I'm out. Anyway, and so I started to wear a lot of black. no makeup, but a lot of black. I was like, and then I started getting friends with the other people in my junior high who play guitar. And they were way ahead of me with the Hot Topic t-shirts.
They were doing that crap in 5th grade.
And so we're going to start a band, even though it's 3 guitarists. And that's it. And we didn't play ever together. We just sat around, drew pictures of what our logo would be.
Yes!
That's it!
Yes!
What's our name going to be? What about the Komodo silhouettes? That's it. That's our name.
That's our name.
Hey, can you practice tonight? I gotta ask my mom if she can drive me. Oh, that's right. We're 12. I forgot.
Let's keep drawing. Okay. So I'm gonna try to catch up. So I was playing guitar. Then my brother played drums. Super amazing at drums. Pretty much carried the team, and we would play talent shows and play up to this stuff. So now we're in middle school, and we wanted to do this band, and my cousin was playing bass, and so we actually had a band going on, but 99% of the time, we were doing exactly what you were doing. We were thinking of cool band names, draw logos. We would take white T-shirts with permanent marker, draw on them of what they would look like, draw what we look like playing, and then just not play.
And then we just never played. We're like, it's dark.
We would just go do something else.
Yeah.
I would play PlayStation, and they would go and destroy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just that type of band stuff. And then I go to middle school. I wanted to grow my hair out super long. I wanted my hair to be like the really long hair so I could do headbanging and all that great stuff. And my cousins and everyone were all long hair. Like, yeah, girls love long hair. And I was like, okay, I want to do long hair. Because, at the time, way before that, Eminem short hair. That was the thing.
Right.
Long hair. And I didn't have band shirts. I didn't get that until high school.
Yeah.
And we didn't even go to the malls.
Band shirts.
I had to buy. Okay, this is sad. I had to buy Hot Topic band shirts online because I was too afraid to have my mom go in that store.
Isn't that scary?
Because I thought she'd go in that store and be like, "You're not buying anything here." Throw holy water at me, and it would just
the cashier's got a tattoo.
The cashier's got a tattoo, and he looks sad. My cousin, he was way above. He had an MP3 player, which was something that was like, whoa, he could collect music
and
to burn CDs. And he goes, hey, I gotta show you this band. This person, the singer, it sounds like a girl, but it's not. And I listened to it, and it was Coed and Cambria's Favorite House Atlantic, and my life has never been the same. And then it was like, it's another good band, My Chemical Romance. And I was like, oh my gosh. And Fall Out Boy. And it was just those three. Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
It was just this intense thing.
Yeah.
Oh, another band was The Used.
Yeah.
All this emo stuff. That was where I was. And then I was going to high school. Richie ping ponged.
Okay. So, quick mention. You were saying I never got into ever. I didn't know what a modest mouse was. I didn't know he could be modest. I didn't know any of the the Coed and Cambria. I never heard of it ever until late high school. Any of those current. I honestly probably didn't know that current rock existed besides Metallica, and they even broke up by then.
Well, here's something that's interesting. So you were like, all right, classic rock, and then you started to at least learn about that stuff.
Yeah.
When I was in middle school and all that, it was all about My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
My Chemical Romance, Taking Back Sunday, Fall Out Boy, and Coheed and Cambria. Those are my 4 babies.
Yeah.
Those 4. It wasn't until I started to. It was I was taking all these lessons, and I was just so bad at guitar. I was just terrible.
Yeah.
And I was terrible. I never wanted to practice.
Yeah.
It was just bad. So my mom was like, screw it. You're no longer taking lessons. If you want to learn how to play a song, just talk to the guitarist in my dad's wedding band.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. So what happened was, it was right before I was starting to get into 9th grade. I was like, you know what? I should just start playing guitar. So I just kind of just picked it up. I just started playing with it. And then all of a sudden I started to just slowly just kind of start getting good.
Yeah.
And it was just a little.
Yeah.
But every time I got a little bit better, I wanted to play more.
Right.
And since I wasn't I have to go to lessons.
It's the same thing we were talking about. Yeah.
You have to
tell me
learn
what
the
I gotta
song.
do.
I just started to play it.
Green sleeves.
And then next thing.
Oh, Tommy boy. Anyway, go on.
So then all of a sudden I started liking it, and the more I got better, the more I liked it. So then I wanted to practice for longer, and next thing you know, I had this guitar attached to me at the hip, and I would play it unplugged, whatever. I just wanted to get my hands on it because I started to get really good, and I just started to really, really like playing.
Yeah.
That's when I started getting into classic rock. I wanted an SG for the longest
That
time.
was my guitar. I had a guitar fund that I have to this day. It's a Folgers House coffee container, and I ripped off the coffee stickers and I put on stickers that my dad made that says Richie's Guitar Fund, and it had a picture of a Gibson SG. It's still there, and then there's a punctured hole in the middle for me to put coins and dollars as I'm saving up because I'm 12 years old. It was $600 plus for the cheapest Gibson SG with the mahogany, with the mahogany body, normal fret. No, I wanted the fretboard with not the dots. I wanted the lines for whatever reason.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That guitar. Every once in a while, I'd go to the Guitar Center right over there, a couple miles right over there.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
And I'd come and I'd play it and I'd plug it into the miniature double stack.
Now, this is my opinion. I'm not.
I don't care about your opinion if it's anything other than good.
Yeah. So, I wanted SG for the longest time. Played it. Didn't like it. I just didn't like the tone.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get it, but I thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
And Angus Young, his guitar sounded so cool.
Yeah.
So it's a whole bunch of factors. But that was the thing. I was like, I never really. Now Les Paul. You want to talk about Gibson Les Paul? When I first played the Gibson Les Paul,
that's the best guitar.
When I first played Gibson Les Paul, I was like, this is a weird, because I'm a Fender Stratocaster player, and I'll be a Fender Stratocaster player probably until I die. Like. That's my favorite instrument. And here's the thing, a lot of people don't like it because they say, oh, the guitar sounds too bright or too whatever. And I go, good. You don't deserve this guitar because this guitar is amazing. Hendrix played this for a reason, okay? Stevie Ray Vaughan, my man, played this for a reason. It's because he knows that this is how you make music.
This is how you make music.
So, but Gibson Les Paul was like, this is the complete opposite spectrum of my guitar. My guitar is super bright and it's super sharp. This one's just super thick and just that. But I played it and that's nice. That's just a nice
that was
full sound. I go, this is what people like.
I was so jaded by classic rock, where I was like, this is what music.
This is real music.
This is music.
I was born in the wrong generation.
I said that sentence more times than I'd like to admit. Anyway, so I'm hanging out with my friends, and they're listening to, I think, a Green Day song. And the big joke between me and my friend, who started playing guitar at the same time, classic rock, was that Green Day sucks, and we learned it ironically as a joke. Is I don't want to be the American idiot.
Yeah.
We learned it ironically just to make stupid faces because this song has no talent. There's no solo. There's no me.
That was my day all the time. Where's the solo? How come they don't got no solo?
That's my real honest opinion. I said it to friends. Seriously, I wasn't making a joke. I go, I don't like this. There's no solo.
There's no solo. I'm going solo. I'm getting out of here. Come on, Han Solo.
And I flew off.
We're going to go solo. You can barely hear us. Green Day's just power chords and a political agenda.
Yeah.
That's all they got. When did you fall in love with Slash?
During that time.
Okay. Did you change your love from an SG to a Les Paul?
I never did, but I owned a Les Paul. I played a Les Paul. I dreamed of the SG. SG in the sheets, Les Paul on the streets.
What a freaking bitch.
Yeah.
Because I remember
he's my favorite guitarist of all time.
Yeah. Slash was your
which I hate to admit because it's like everyone knows Slash. It's a joke. He was on South Park.
Yeah.
Is everything. But he's just the best.
He's
so good, and he's still playing. Come on, he's got his own band, Slash in the Sunshine.
You know the whole story with Sweet Child of Mine, right? Okay.
Maybe.
So
his daughter, Apple Blossom Buttercups.
So Sweet Child of Mine, they're in the studio, they were doing whatever, and he was joking around, and he started playing do 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 do, and he was trying to make fun of a carnival. You know, they had those weird sounds.
Yeah.
That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But the lead singer was like, "Oh, that's a really cool lick. Just do it." And he's like, "Okay, whatever." And he's like, "This is whatever. Okay, we're just making fun of it, right?" And that's like the hugest. That's one of their biggest songs
ever.
I saw it on a VH1
That's so funny.
documentary. But I was a big Slash fan. Angus Young,
Slash,
Jimi
Angus Young,
Hendrix, Jimmy Page.
Or Plant? Ringing any bells? I saw Robert Plant, believe it or not, Robert Plant and the Sensational Sunshine Gang, lame, was at Bonnaroo, and I saw them play Black Dog, which is pretty cool.
Hey, mama said the way
Yeah.
you move. Nice. Go
on.
But yeah, in high school, for me, I had a band with my brother that was starting to flow. Now we had my cousin in there. We had the members from Alive and Standby, and we had a band, and we were doing singing and stuff, and we were very much like, kind of like Motion City soundtrack. We had a little bit of screaming and stuff. We were just all over the place, but it was fun. But then I was starting to get into these friends in high school. They were like, "Hey, you play guitar?" I was like, "Yeah, I play guitar." "Oh, you should, try out for our band." I was like, "Sweet." So I tried out by videotaping myself soloing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really got to impress these guys.
Yeah.
So I sat for, I want to say hours. It might have been an hour at best. But I sat there for a long time.
Yeah.
And I kept watching Eddie Van Halen play Eruption.
Yeah.
And I was like, how does he do that?
Yeah.
And I just watched him.
Yeah.
And I was like, and that's where I learned how to tap.
Yeah.
I was like, how does he tap like that?
Yeah.
Why does his sound so good? And I started to learn how to
so
tap.
Clear, it's ridiculous.
So then I just practiced it, right? So I made a video. It was just all tapping. They were like, okay, he's good. He'll go in the band.
Yeah.
And I've fallen in love with tapping ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I got in the band. Now at this point in time, I was listening to classic rock, but I was also listening to, like I said, a lot of My Chemical Romance, a lot of power chords, a lot of very fast speed and stuff with some vocals on top. This band was interested in Deftones. They were interested in Rage Against the Machine. This is where I learned about Rage Against the Machine. Yeah. Rage Against the Machine has got a funk, rock. I mean, they got metal. They got all this stuff that's just so good. It's just so good.
Yeah.
But it was a totally different feel from what I was used to, and I had to learn that. And so like when you play like power chord stuff, you get a little rhythm going. But this was just something that was completely different.
What's this band here?
What?
What's this band?
This band was called Circuit Scene. So I joined the band, and I'm playing. Later on, the band members stopped kind of going to practice. And then we started, hey, I got this song idea. And he's like, well, let's just play it. I'm like, well, should we wait for other bands? Like, nah, let's play it. Okay, start playing it. And then I was like, could we actually have a band of just us? And he showed me a band called Charles the Osprey, which then led me into math rock. And I was like, I love this, and I can play it, and it challenges me. So I did that.
I think that was probably the best thing you could have done, because like you said, it challenged you. And
you're talking about Boy with Mace?
Yeah, for guitar, that's all it was. It's just fundamental, not even fundamental is the wrong word, but fundamentally it's just me playing guitar as well as I can play guitar, so that the sound, I'm not ignoring Aaron and his great drumming.
He's a phenomenal drummer.
But for the guitar, it's just me playing guitar as well as one can play guitar, to where the guitar, as far as this half of it, besides the drums, is the whole show. This is enough. It's good enough to keep you entertained, which says a lot.
We met in 10th grade, right?
10th grade, yeah.
But in 10th grade, you were still playing guitar. That's how our friendship was going.
Yeah.
And then we started getting more into comedy and doing funny stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was still playing guitar, but you and our relationship was more on comedy. That was like our goal, was like making people laugh.
Yeah. And it was guitar from like 7th till maybe 10th grade. I mean, it was probably on the tail end, I think, when I met you. In fact, I know it was. I was done with it, and I played it every once in a while. Our original hangout was originally to play guitar, and that did just end up not happening.
I'm slowly picking it up again.
Oh, good.
I'm slowly, I have the guitar here now.
Yeah.
I bought a new amp. It's right over there. It's portable. It's a Vox. And I had a huge half stack. Yeah. It was 100 watt, all tube. I could maybe crank it at 1 because I couldn't play it in the dorm, so it was too loud. Yeah. And now that I'm home, it's just so loud. I'm not playing large venue halls anymore, or even any venue halls at all. So I wanted something personal, and I've always wanted a Vox.
Yeah, I like Vox.
I like Vox a lot.
All growing up, my dad liked electronic music, but it was like the late 80s, early 90s, like the foundation of electronic music.
So your dad liked electronic music?
He liked electronic music going into it. Or like since electronic music started, and he liked a lot of 90s dance, and he played a lot of it when I was little, subconsciously putting it into my brain.
Not only did you love electronic music, but you loved electronic remixes to any song.
Yeah, I gotta have a remix to the original. I'm not satisfied. That's what I say in my brain.
I gotta go to version 2.0.
Yeah, I just like fake instruments.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
I feel like music can do two things. Mm-hmm. There's music that can get you emotionally, and there's music that can get you intellectually. Mm-hmm. And there's great music that can do both.
Yeah.
I'm obviously talking about Rush right now.
Stop it.
Rush is my favorite classic rock band of all time.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought you were just making a joke.
No. Rush is genius. Rush is
Wham! Emotionally, physically, spiritually, Wham! Gets me.
I used to have a Miles Davis poster.
You're like...
And he was peeing his pants. If peeing your pants is cool.
You having a Miles Davis poster is like you were growing up to be... I was going to be on the jazz scene back in Chicago. There's so many things I want to picture with you having a Miles Davis poster. Like that's... First of all, if you have a Miles Davis poster, that's the only poster you have. You have one poster and it's a Miles Davis poster.
I got it at a college thing too. That was weird. Like there was like it was under all of the Bob Marley, the weed,
yeah,
and the
every
Pulp
other
Fiction.
poster is Bob Marley, either possibly smoking a joint or currently smoking a joint.
Now as a video, as a filmmaker, I love listening to music that sounds weird because now it reminds me of characters. So now I even listen to music based on what kind of characters are you creating? What kind of story? What kind of atmosphere are you creating? I can't do that if all you're talking about is being in the club, getting money.
So I'm talking to this girl, right? Mm-hmm. 20 questions. What kind of music do you like? Twerking music. I'm waiting for her to pause and then shoot me the gun and say, haha, just kidding. She wasn't. That's a serious statement. An adult told me. Older than myself. 25 years old. And I go, okay, what station do you listen to? 107.5 or 105.7? The twerking station, as eloquently put by her. What kind of TV do you watch? Reality TV. What's your favorite dance move? Twerking.
Well, I don't know why you even asked that one. That was kind of a...
These are all real questions. I'm not making any of them.
I know, but why would you
ridiculous.
say... What is your favorite dance move after you just told us you listen to twerk music?
I was just giving her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she'll change her mind.
I wish she would have been like, what's your favorite dance? She'd be like, the Charleston.
The waltz.
The waltz. What do you think?
What do you think? Crazy?
Yeah.
These are real people. She's part of the big thing. This is what we're talking about.
The real question is, where are you now with music?
Justin Bieber.